language they use, Pinyin, for pronunciation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a.
I hired people when I worked in a coffee shop.
Oh, yeah.
And some Chinese
Yeah.
girls and
A ver, papi, ¿qué tomas? A ver, me hicieron unas paradas a la cámara.
Pero por acá atrás.
Acá.
Do you want me to take a picture?
No, it's
Okay, now I want to make sure I get the picture.
I appreciate it very much.
So, who are we sending the video to?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Where are you from?
Seattle?
Seattle?
Where are you from?
From
Monterrey, Mexico.
Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yes. So far.
Welcome to Alaska.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's much cooler up here than it is in Monterey
Oh,
right now.
yes.
To be sure.
Like 20 or so degrees.
Are you traveling also?
Yeah, I'm visiting a friend for the weekend.
Ah.
It's a
No, ese no me gusta.
¿Ya?
No, espérame. Te lo pusiste mal además. Así va de lado.
Ah, es que tiene para sus conejeras.
Sí.
Está muy bonito. Pero si no me puedes comprar mira. Ya me va a faltar el abrigo. Mira esta que belleza. Ándale, papi. Total,
Ajá.
$600.
¿Y para qué? Robándose las palomitas para no pagar. Robándoselas para no pagar. Ahora no va a comulgar por andar probando.
Vete bien, joven.
¿Qué quieres que haga?
Mi amor. Ay, 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 ay.
Now, if you're going to stay up there, you're on it.
Isn't that the same way we left? Oh, wow.
Well, it took all a couple of days. Really, for 3 days.
Oh, I got it all.
It was up real early. It was the first time this
¿Qué?
still on
No importa.
This is your first trip to Alaska?
Cielo.
We've been here for a few times.
I bet you can see them.
We did. You did your body like the tankers all the way up.
right through my brain.
Had to turn again. That's the name. Turnigadar.
That's where our tour is right now. I don't know if you realize that. You saw the wall. Everybody got on, got off.
Be on the lookout for dogs.
Papi. Papi. Por favor, un minuto.
Ya.
Unas palabras para la cámara, mi amor.
Daniel, si vieras a los chavos que acabo de ver que están escalando, te volverías loco aquí. Si vieras las cuerdas que vi en la tienda y todo, y ya me quitaron la cámara, ya no te puedo decir más.
Hermoso lugar.
This body of water, in the meantime, it's a spectacular sight that you wouldn't want to miss.
Mi amor, ¿te gusta? ¿Qué corazón?
Me va a acabar la pila ya. Prima ya los cerros, mira.
Quiero ver los cerros si te tengo a ti, mi amor.
Ya, los cerros, ándale.
¿Para qué quiero cerros si aquí te tengo, papá? Me viene su cámara.
Se va a ver. Déjame filmar. Yo he podido fotografiar ese cerro y esas montañas.
En Alaska. Anchorage. Papi.
Different generations.
It's banks. Banks of ice. Right. Right. Lower. Norman Rockwell is a very famous painter or an illustrator in our area, and he did it for. Well, there's a museum because he's dead now. He has all his stuff in this museum, and that's what they have. And it works at night. It just makes. Oh, do you?
I have a gym for 5% rating for it. I'm going to $50 back for loading that.
Traveling by train.
It's very a lot of work.
To take
He goes through all their seminars, and he did all their photography, their shows, other production of so talented.
Now, do you work for General Electric or no? I didn't know how Mexico was if they're letting Alaska.
With the same company. So I got you these Twitter. I called them and I said they were so neat. I got this gift. I got this gift. So I called one of my suppliers. I called them up and said,
How the current is going. It's running fast. No, I am perfectly fine. The water current?
yeah.
It's running very fast right there.
Surprisingly, they're so cool guys.
We called her up and we said, geez, you know,
And that is where a local artist get together and display their artwork.
That's all right. Don't worry.
when I moved us together, they sent all his paperwork to me. And they, when I canceled my
You may have noticed that some of the trees in this area look like they are dead or dying. That is because when the 1964 earthquake took place, it shook for so hard and for so long that this ground level actually sunk 12 feet in elevation. This causes salt water from Turnagain Arm to seep in and to infest these trees and to seep in into the roots.
Neither was I.
My mother was around though. She was actually in Anchorage at the time.
Yeah, a lot of us were around that.
Why don't I have my tickets?
A lot of them don't get up to No, I didn't. I paid for it. I got a receipt right here. What are you talking about? Get them up to it. You can't read.
So,
Yeah.
getting there 15 minutes before the boat was leaving. He calls them back up. And they tell him, you gotta send the tickets back before we'll issue new tickets. It's 5 days.
Tennessee.
FedEx.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no. We know what we're doing with our bananas.
And the perception being.
He got his tickets 3 days before to the box.
I'll tell you, I'll take FedEx.
No, he takes the airborne envelope and puts it in the UPS box and realizes it. It's like,
Yeah, it's too late. It's already in there, right?
so he called up and they finally did.
Yeah, you do.
That poor guy. Yeah.
See, you didn't get sick. You didn't end up in the hospital. You didn't have to have an attorney sue people. I mean, listen, this is, I'm telling you. Trust me when I tell you, this is nothing.
They ended up on a hospital with food poisoning. Half the ship went to the hospital from where they were.
CDC sent us letters.
I
It's up and up.
had some health
Was this?
We're taking Star, right? I forget.
The Sun's a big one. We were on the Sun.
Yeah.
That's a new ship, by the way.
They had 2 weeks ago.
It was the Star Princesses where they
So
had
200 people that got sick.
on the side.
no, the one we're not taking.
Right.
It's not the one
We're
we're
taking
taking.
the
Yeah.
Star.
But it said that your family not any of
I don't know what is.
50 Mile River is a popular place to catch hooligan. And no, I don't mean unruly children or soccer fans. Hooligan is truly a little oily fish. It is also known as smelt or candlefish. The Alaska natives used to use it as a vital source of their diet. They would dip their dried food into this oily little fish. The Alaska
They said, I have a convention there. He said, do you have rooms available? They said, yes. And I said,
How much?
how much? And they said, $2.99. They were nice. And I said, I can't believe it's $50 a night. He said, sir, it's $2.99 a night. I said, I don't want to buy the place. I'm just talking about.
I said probably last night the box that we did. We went to Carnegie Hall and we watched a concert there.
coming up shortly, we will be passing by Spencer Glacier. Spencer Glacier is a really beautiful glacier. It was named after Mr. Bill Spencer, who was a railroad worker in the early days. He'd walk from section house to section house, collecting cash and paying employees in gold bullion. At any time point, his cash box contained about $4,000 worth of gold. Well, one day, Mr. Spencer was trying to travel from Portage to Moose Pass when he heard of an avalanche that was in his way. Instead of waiting, he decided to go over Trail Glacier and bypass the avalanche. Well, he was never heard from again. Many people speculated that he had taken the cash box and ran off to Atlantic City. A geographical survey team found a body in the ice a couple of years later, and although they could not identify it as his, they guessed that it was Mr. Bill Spencer's, and they named the glacier after him. But the cash box was never found. If you want to get a good picture, you should probably have your cameras out right now. Right after the bridge is going to be a spot where you can get the best picture without any trees.
I don't even know you, lady. Get out of here.
That's why I get the money. Give me.
Just hand her her wallet. That'll be
You get it one way or another.
So you're not married yet, right?
it. No.
Trust me.
So enjoy it
There's
while
only
you
one.
can.
Enjoy it, my friend.
Yeah.
They kind of queued up for a
There you go.
Wow. Well, first, I can't thank you very much. Thank you. I need the help.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Is it for one here? I'm trying to do it.
That's the whole point.
Can I put like 10-5?
I don't have any.
Right. Ask Tara if she wants to take first.
One can.
Certainly. Come on.
That looks good.
Can we get some clean snow instead of this dirty snow?
Oh.
You'll have to come back in the winter.
No, thank you.
Gordi, ponte a filmar, mira Gordi. Ándale Gordi, mira. Gordi, pues toma. Pues fílmale Gordi. Toma, yo no puedo tomar la foto, Gordi.
I think actually that waterfall wasn't going very hard because before it's nice that she's crashing through water. So
that's what you were saying, when
yeah,
up there.
because right before, I mean before this morning, I mean even a couple of days ago, it was just gushing through water right there. So I don't know. Can't control that one, so.
No waterfall.
That's pretty. There it is.
Just a waterfall right here. There it is.
What? What are you saying?
Waterfall coming right here.
Oh, that a
There's
waterfall?
Another really
That's a
big
waterfall? You gotta be
Very
kidding
cool
me.
outside.
We call it a leak at home. They call
Yeah,
it a
really.
waterfall.
You're in Alaska.
Yeah, one thing is don't be disappointed. I think you can't say how many hours we've been on a train and bus and you don't see nothing. This is how it goes.
always happen to be
Está filmando.
an LFE out there.
From Anchorage.
Nothing to see.
Just here and there.
Then
Did you take the Temple Wildlife Tours finale?
We took one.
This area of the tracks we are traveling on is known as Tunnel Alaska, and we're at an elevation of 491 feet. There's going to be a brown tunnel section house coming up on the 9 o'clock side. This is one of the 2 section houses still currently in use in Alaska. It'll keep the tracks clear in the winter and in the summer.
Okay, good.
This is down.
About 450 feet. We saw one right in the pond, right as we were leaving the shore. We saw one of those. Yeah. So, I mean, it just depends. I mean, yesterday we saw moose in the morning and bears in the afternoon. So, who knows? I mean, you can't guarantee it, but if you everyone's looking and you're out there, I mean, you can see some.
Then you gotta be quick.
Yep, for sure. They go. While on the S-curve, we will be making tight hairpin turns. So this will be a good opportunity to take a picture of the front or rear end of the train. Also, the S-curve has a 3% grade. That's not fair.
Sorry, she'll talk. You'll remember us one.
Here's another one. Big one here. Right here.
Oh, that's a big one?
Well, I mean, it's a
You should
long
come
one.
visit us in Pennsylvania. We'll show you some waterfalls.
Oh, they have a beautiful one in Oregon. It's a horse tail. Just like
Hermoso y bellísimo.
There's a very famous song right beside home over places called Falling Water. It's over a little waterfall. It says Alaska. The rear end?
Take a picture. Wow. Mira esta toma corazón.
let's stop the train and have some fun. I'm good.
Sounds like a challenge. I don't know.
Mi amor.
Some of us had
She did that
practice.
once. She did that once.
What, snuggle that?
Right, you said.
Oh,
Not fair.
Get it where? Well, have you checked United Court yet, or?
No? Gotcha. So,
The glacier that you see on the 9 o'clock side is Bartlett Glacier, and it was named after Frank Bartlett, who was a civil railroad engineer. We will get even closer to it, and it is the closest. Miranda, Icy.
come on, Jared.
She didn't realize she was on all train. That was pretty funny though. Just
Este color es de agua. Mira el glaciar que se ve ahí. Cuando se ve el tren, mi amor.
¿Le quieres adivinar la tatu? Here comes Trisha.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidnapped, we're going back and forth. And
Mira, mi amor. Ya queremos estar acá.
there is one.
Mira, se me está reentrando la pila, mira.
Ahorita aquí está la pila.
Ya cómo le haces para cargarla.
Moose territory. I love the marshy water.
You're like, are you making this up as you go along?
That was a great trip. Clear water. What the flies got.
All right, Jared, tell us something. Come on, talk to us.
Right now, we are passing by Upper Trail Lake, which flows the runoff from Trail Glacier, which we saw earlier.
He had thought that when he was there, but he said
That's it?
that's it.
I'm not sure.
Okay, what is your name
famous for? My name's famous for. Well, they told me down there that it was for the stars. But
Ours?
yes, but
What? What?
Now, what else is your name? People will see.
Gone with the Wind. Yes. That's what I was thinking too. We'll fix it with Tara.
We went through the clouds.
He was just going 3 miles around and around to get to the center.
Right now, we are passing the small community of Moose Pass. Moose Pass was named by a mail carrier in the early 1900s. It seemed that this mail carrier had continual run-ins with moose, so he named it Moose Pass, hoping to lower the moose population and attract hunters. Usually, there are still many moose around. Usually.
Oh, here, Moose.
I know. Can you see?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Be stopping on it. There's a moose ahead. I drove it yesterday. I think Moose Pass was about 22 miles an hour.
Oh, really?
Thought you saw a rock.
There's a moose right here.
I drove this same route yesterday. Anchorage. There you go.
That's pretty.
What's that?
Keeping in the hotel building. They're working at the hotel. Okay. Well, going to school.
He must be a lawyer.
Good for him. Puppies. Could be driftwood. I don't know.
Probably is.
Why the glass was bubble.
Quichita, mira, para que vean lo grandota que estás, Quichita. I will send you by mail. Ahí va la gorda. Se va muriendo de frío. Ahí está en el tren que se acaba de bajar del Alaska. Ahí está el barquito en el que se va a subir. Cielo. ¿Qué? Según nuestra tarjeta, sí.
¿No estás tomando video? Vamos a comer tranquilo.
No, estoy tomando video.
Sí, vamos a comer tranquilo.
Órale. Aquí la Gordis comen sus camarones, revueltos con ketchup y no sé cuánto. Un panecito con mantequilla.
Voy a dar la camarita y te voy a tomar yo a tomar.
Wow. Bueno.
Vamos a bailar.
Nada. Párate donde estabas. Suéltatelo. Una típica lasqueña. Acaba de salir del mar. Así. Órale.
Trebuie să ne schimbăm uniformul, să ne pasăm. Ce? Ca să nu mai schimbăm uniformul. Nu știu, cred că e la Caterin.
Together to they later have some big surf around the area where they can see the accumulation of fish and they draw the net up to snake boats to trap the fish. Fishing here in Alaska, I should say, very carefully controlled and limited to ensure that there's enough fish to support the commercial fishing industry, to support sport fishing.
¿Cuál crucero, mi amor? No, mi reina.
¿No se han ido hoy?
No, mi amor, es mañana.
¿Sabes qué? No sé cómo lo pedimos de áncoras para que entre ahí. Sí, es panorámico. Busquemos mi padre porque me toman mucho video. Padrísimo. Está dando vueltas. Sí, es estorbar al mismo. Papito, ¿no te comunicaste con internet de tus hijos, cielo?
No, mi amor.
A ver, papacito lindo, a ver. El amor de mi vida sigue siendo tú. Por lo que más quieras, no me hagas sufrir. Ok, vete arriba, yo te sigo. Ya. Qué belleza de panorama en Alaska. Qué regalo del Señor. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Esta es la parte final del barco. Aquí, una alberquita. Y aquí descubro el amor de mi vida. Chula de viejo. Ahí se me perdió, se me atravesó una china. China. ¡Papi! ¡Ay, mamacita linda! Cámaras. A ver, encontramos aquí una artista de renombre, sumamente famosa, conocida por el mundo entero. Ha viajado por todos los cruceros, es una guía internacional fabulosa. Ha pasado ahorita por Vancouver, va para las islas griegas y aquí no sé cuántos cruceros más va a tomar. Esa es una belleza natural, una creación hecha exclusivamente para Irma. Papacito, estás como quieres, mi vida, estás que te caes de la mata, corazón. Viejo suertudo. No sé, ay, chula de viejo.
Voy a nadar un rato.
Ay, lo tengo que cuidar porque no se me escapa. Quién sabe qué tantas gringas lo van a querer disfrutar. Pero más palomas. Uy, esta parejita es de renombre internacional, ha viajado por todo el mundo, conoce Asia, África, Oceanía.
Pero lo más importante son de Guadalajara.
Ah, eso sí. Indiana Jones y su marido.
El esquí. No, pero vela, mira. El
Ay,
sombrero
mi
más
vida.
rápido que hay en...
All is silk in the water. This is an unusually productive marine environment. You might think that this fish would find their way to this silky
Bomboncito
water.
lindo,
But
te
actually
amo.
the salmon do occasionally some come and try and create new salmon. So they nest in large groups. They feed in large groups. They stand on the base group in a large group. So we see a number of seawater, 190 feet above seawater, and glaciers that extend
What
out
is-
21 miles.
What is looking?
When you get off the public address system, come outside, walk around, answer any questions you might have. And we'll close down the ranger station.
Papi. Lado.
Mira, la maceta glaciar. Vente.
Que vale la pena ver esto. Estás chepado, corazón. Papi, ¿cómo está ahí la vista, mi vida? What is looking for? It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Oui, 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 mon amour.
Chapis a tu lado, que va a tomar la foto.
Qué belleza. Papi. Mis hijos, esperemos muy pronto poderlos traer a este lugar bellísimo. Estamos en Alaska.
Hacia arriba, hacia el centro, ahí ves un río de nieve. Hacia tu izquierda, mi amor.
Yeah, back at the end there. It's awesome with the shapes.
Yes.
And you imagine the early ones when they came in here with a sails. Very bright.
sir. Más atrás. La Gordis tratando de juntar para pagar el viaje. Gasta más de lo que gana. Aquí se andaba haciendo rica tratando de sacar oro.
Okay, here's your bag. You're welcome. Fill that up with water.
No, ya no había.
No, ya no, mi amor.
Ya la gente nos había dejado.
Coming, Fred?
Ándale, vente. Ya vente, Gordis. No te andes volando el oro de los demás, gorda. Órale, gorda.
Green and yellow engines, those are electric diesel engines, and the White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad is a narrow gauge railroad. So the tracks are only 3 feet apart. Standard gauge is 4 feet 8.5 inches. And essentially the only reason why it's a narrow gauge is it's much easier to, yeah. It was actually, that was the nickname for the White Pass Trail. One of those reasons why this trail was not a really fun place to be during the gold rush. A lot of the men that came up here during the gold rush didn't really, they didn't know how to work with animals. They were city folks. They didn't know what to expect. I mean, they were fed a bunch of lies in the newspaper. Find me. Will you remind me when we get up to our next picture stop that I have something to read? Okay. Okay. So I have a quote from that book that you've got there, the Pond Night Fever.
En el tour bajamos del barco. Estamos haciendo un tour por autobús. Porque es la cordillera de Alaska. ¿Cómo se llama este lugar, papito? Aquí está el velo marido. Una querida amiga. Unas palabras para la cámara, mi cielo.
to be in a tundra zone. In the lower 48, to be in a tundra, you'd actually, in the state of Colorado, have to be at about 14,000.
We just arrived to Alaska by car. You can see. Welcome to Alaska. Solo se ve neblina. Ya mi cielo. Quiero verte a ti, cielito. A ver, mi amor, ¿dónde te vas a poner? ¿En dónde estamos, papi? ¿Nos puedes informar dónde estamos? ¿En dónde estamos?
La puerta de Alaska.
For my voice, I've got a little bit of a sore throat and kind of losing my voice slightly. You may have heard me squeak a couple times already. But here goes, just so you guys can hear these lyrics. They're really kind of fun. Excuse me. Okay. Here goes. Oh, give me a home between Skagway and Nome, where the moose and the caribou play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, 'cause there's no one around anyway. Home in the snow, where it's mild when it's 40.
The Russian Girl, saliendo de la joyería, no compra nada, pero cómo gasta.
Ahí viene.
Así es, hijo. Mira, no hay ningún problema. Ya que te diga de qué tamaño los quiere y dónde los quiere instalar, le hablas a Carlos Padilla para decirle de mi parte cuáles son los toldos que quieres y dónde hay que instalarlos, ¿sí? Ahí está en la oficina, hijo. Sí, es el 83 72 90 78, algo así, hijo. Así es, hijo. Él nos cobra 800 pesos por toldo, ¿ok? No, los abanicos los pones tú.
¿Los de la oficina?
De la oficina, hijo, sí. También las llevas de la oficina, hijo, ¿ok? Así es. Exactamente. También creo que hay de 4x4, ¿eh? Por favor, hijo, es todo. Manda a Carlos, ¿sí? Yo mañana me reporto otra vez, hijo, ¿sí? Gracias por todo. ¿Algo más, hijo? La rusa, a ver cómo va a subir. A ver si se anima. Adiós, Alfredo. Ahí va a empezar a subir la rusa. Se pierde en la nieve. Vámonos. Aquí es donde vamos a empezar a subir. A ver si es cierto que la Gordy se ve tranquila, que no le da miedo. Primer parada, ahorita iremos viendo. A ver qué tal.
Take a look over here on the south side of this tram car here on the hillside of these mountains. This concrete structure building you see over here are the ruins of the Alaska Juno mill. The mill is owned and operated by the Alaska Juno mine. The mine itself is located on the backside of this mountain here that we're heading up on right now. What they did down there is they crushed the rocks and separated gold from it. And to give you a better idea of what it looked like, here's a photograph of what it looked like in 1939. When it was $1 million in gold. This structure was destroyed by an accidental fire in the 60s when it burnt down. The spotty water you see right in front here is Gastineau Channel. Across Gastineau Channel is Douglas Island. Douglas Island is 17 miles long and 5 miles downtown area. And it is not a drawbridge. And we're passing through a rainforest country. We get about 90 inches of rain a year. And about 120 inches of snowfall. Right now we're going through an extended period of time without enough adequate rain for our rainforest country here. Armenian season, I guess they call it. And some of the trees we'll be seeing here as we head up the mountain are Sitka spruce, our state tree. Western hemlock trees are a little slanted up top. The branches hang down a little. Branches. Some moss looking like stuff that are hanging out the trees there. It's called lichen. It is a combination of fungus and algae and does not harm the trees. And our smaller trees in the lower areas, the ones with leaves are cottonwood and alder. And if anybody has any questions at this time, I'll be happy to answer them. I have all the answers. Might not all be right. Well, I just push this button here.
Come on over here.
Well, this was just a huge island, and it still is. There are no roads outside here. And they actually started making part of downtown Juno because of this mine here. They have a lot of tailings. They sent to this rock platform right down below us. And then it just started piling up, so what they started doing there is making some land off the tailings there. So most of this land, like probably about 80% of the downtown area is made from the tailings of the Alaska Juno mine. So that's it. Alright folks, we point out the services over here. First one will be over here on the north side of the tram car here on the lower level of this building. That is the Timberland Bar and Grill. Down there they serve locally fresh caught seafood, burgers, sandwiches, and beer. Half hour on the hour. It's called Seen Daylight. It's an award-winning documentary on the Lichen culture. Next show will be starting up here at 11 o'clock. Same time the restaurant opens up. And up in the sofa over here, you'll walk into the Raven Eagle gift shop.
Aquí le piqué una cosa que no debería de picarle.
Stop by the Nature Center and check. And take someone with you. It's a little funky out, and let people know where you're going. And here we are, folks, 1,800 feet above sea level. In just a second, the ramps will be coming down. The doors will be sliding open automatically.
Como que ya está con sol, ¿verdad? Estamos en las verdaderas nubes, mi cielo.
Caminando. A piecito.
Sí. A ver, papacito, ven, mi vida. Ay, cuero, viejo, cuero. Alaska. Déjame tomarles. Uy. Míralos. Mira, hay que arriesgarse. Somos bien valientes, Javier, después de todo, tú y yo. Sí. A ver. Hola. Ay. A ver, papacito. Ay, corazón, es que no puedo dejar de mirarte, bombón. Qué chiquito, ¿verdad? Yo creo que estaba más grandecito.
Mira, esta alberca de acá no hemos ido, ¿verdad? Esta zona de acá al principio.
Ah, no, no, es que ¿quién se mete ahí? Oye, pues que va. Todo desde arriba.
Sí,
Una alberca,
sí,
dos albercas.
Sí.
Tres albercas.
Dos.
Cuatro albercas, cinco albercas. Tres albercas.
Yo creo que hay como 5, ¿no? Mira, acá ya hay otras 5 y hay otra abajo. Primero abajo hay otra. Abajo de la discoteca.
Los artistas, una pose, Lupita, una pose así, coqueta. Uy, Ya, ¿a dónde vamos, papi?
It would seem a place.
Bien.
I was going to...
This is faster.
Oh, the moss that hangs off of the trees is called lichen. It is not injurious to the tree. It's similar to Spanish moss. It's also known as old man's beard if you can't remember lichen. And it's great for Halloween costumes. I have 5 children, and when they were growing up here, I used to use lichen to make their hair. It's great. It holds its form too. So we did have whales out here in the channel earlier this morning. I don't know if any of you got to see those. That they have been coming through here. So when you have the chance to watch the water, that's probably a good thing to be watching for.
Well, right here we can watch them real good. You want to stop a while?
Oh, I would love to. Does anybody else want to stop? Yeah. It's actually really nice when you're hanging out here. As long as you...
As long as it's not permanent.
Right. We never make it permanent. All of us want to go home. Can you see him down there, Jason?
Here to the right, down.
Okay. You're going to look for a golf ball.
Right at the top of this tree here. See this tree right here? Right there at the top of it.
There he is, right there.
Yep, there he is. It's right in front of me now. So just look right between there. Here, look.
All those elevators.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we have been using elevators too.
Eagle. Yes, bald eagle. Okay, I want to share with you real quickly across the parking lot over here where you see the flags flying is the World War II. Juno was one of 14 U.S. Navy ships which was involved in that battle, and they are most well known for the 5 Sullivan brothers who were stationed.
A lot of the land that is here is not really inhabitable.
La rusa, Lupita, Javier filmando la cara de aventurero que tiene después de que subió al tramway.
Here, look out to your left, you see the bridge there? The official name is the Douglas Bridge. Gastineau Channel in lingo is the channel, we call it. So you got the bridge crossing over the channel there. First Douglas Bridge was built in 1936, and we'll pass the bridge that went over the channel out to the glacier. Don't know exactly what you're talking about. Now, if you count this road to run right here and all the streets in town, all the parking lots, all the paved driveways of people's houses.
Es una capilla bellísima. La pieza que tiene la capilla, un bello lago, y aquí está un glaciar. Se puede apreciar así detrás, un glaciar con la montaña.